Alright, we finally have some gameplay footage for Splitgate 2. On the 7th of August, on Wednesday, we had 8 content creators post out a 15-second highlight clip of them each onto Twitter before the big gameplay trailer the day after on the 8th. The same creators were featured in the gameplay trailer and were speaking their minds about the game and what each faction is like gameplay-wise. These 8 creators were Aspen, Enabled, Grim, iiTzTimmy, King George, Macie Jay, Methodz, and Scump. This video will mostly be about the gameplay trailer itself, so if you guys want to watch our highlights, I will provide the links to them in the description below. Splitgate 2 is a loadout shooter and will have different options depending on what faction you pick out of the 3. The 3 factions are Arrows, which are fast, agile portal masters, Meridian, which are your healers and spotters, and Sabrask, which are going to be your defenders and fraggers. As for the Arrows loadouts that you can customize from what we can see in the gameplay trailer, your primary weapons looks like it's going to be between the Cadence Rifle or the Sprinter SMG or AR. Your sidearm pistol is going to be called the Blink. Your power weapon is going to be called Split Stream. The abilities you get to pick is between Rush and the Portable Portal. And your utilities are going to be between the Stim Packs, the name for that's currently unknown, or the Shock Disc. Meridian's primary weapons is the Quantum Burst Rifle, or the Synapse SMG/AR. I keep saying SMG/AR because I don't know if these are SMGs or ARs, but they're basically similar to that ideal. Your sidearm pistol is called a Helios. There's no gameplay of that. However, I think it might be the shot here in the cinematic trailer. Their power weapon, there isn't any at the moment. I assume there will be in the future. And their ability is called Hyper Sight. Your utilities is between a health grenade and a time dome. And something we have seen from this shot here is that apparently for your loadout there's also a thing called team traits. And it seems that Meridian has one called Wellness, which regenerates health faster for you and your teammates. Also for your loadouts, your primary weapon looks like it's going to have like 2 mods you can customize with. And your secondary, your sidearm, will only have 1 from the looks of it. And there seems to be 2 art options for your loadouts here, called N1 and I for equipment, which we have no clue what that could mean at the moment, but it looks like additional perks you can add to your loadout. Sabrask's primary weapons is the Warden Rifle and the Plow Shotgun. Their sidearm is the Slinger, and the power weapon is the Fubar Rocket Launcher. Their ability is called the Smart Wall, and as for their utilities, they have the Sticky Grenades. You'll notice in the back shot of Ozone is that there seems to be like a water park over there, over at the 42-second portion of the video. And you can also find it over at right here at 359, which you can see it a lot better. Right here you get to see the water, you get to see people there and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool that like Ozone is surrounded by these water parks. Over at this point of the video, it'll show smart alternating for portals. So basically throughout the gameplay, you'll see that portal keybind is only set to 1 button. So this is the smart alternating option for the game and will be the default option for this game. And basically how it works, so Timmy placed a orange portal here. He's placing his next portal here. And you can see it quickly swaps to him being able to place his next portal as soon as he places his purple. And also, if he does go through his purple portal, he's outside of the orange, then it's going to swap over to the purple. And so basically how this works is that Rockjaw Community Manager mentioned that on portals, you will have the option to use the OG method with the 2 buttons, but the default is set to on button / alternating. He stated that in early testing with people who played a lot of Splitgate, we had generally positive reactions to the change, but we're looking forward to getting more feedback on that from you when you play. And then Cardinal, the leading dev, mentioned that, yeah, I'll just add that the smart alternating was something I was always skeptical of, but honestly, I can't live without it now. This works the way you want it to, and makes tripling portaling so nice. So this should be very friendly if you want to just go like the whole triple portaling route. Also, I will mention that it takes about, it seems like it takes like 3 shots normally for the carbine to kill the opponents now. And I can't currently, I don't remember where I saw this, but I saw someone get like a headshot with the carbine and a body shot, and it killed the player. So it looks like carbines will take between 2 to 3 shots from now on. Also, over at the Zenith map with the Hall of Fame and everything, I'm still like very proud of the fact that my name is like inside the game. Like, I think it's really cool on one of the maps. But as we move through the doorway here, we can see the walls here are a bit different, like all on the monitors and everything for display, compared to the Say Goodbye Splitgate video. This makes me think that maybe there's 2 different versions of this area. Like, one is like the one we've seen before is like basically the lobby area maybe, and then this will be like the gameplay where it shows off like weapons and stuff of the Meridian folks. So melees still do 50 damage, as you can see. Alright, Hypersight seems a bit broken because it seems that Hypersight will also like show the enemies while it's in effect that just spawn in here. We'll play it by like half speed here. Look at this shit. So Timmy's not on site yet. And now it's on King George and iiTzTimmy. Both get spawned in sight. I think that what we've seen is like they just spawn in and now the Hypersight spots them. So yeah, I feel like this needs like some balancing work in the future, because the radius on this seems massive as heck, and the fact that it could just instantly spot enemies as soon as they spawn in seems a bit ridiculous too. Maybe like give them at least like a few seconds until they get spotted by the ability, I feel. But yeah, I feel like this one probably needs a some nerf in the future, but we'll see. Alright, so for the smart wall here, we can see the smart wall has a damage look to it when it's getting close to being destroyed. So that's pretty cool that like you'll be able to tell when you're about to be able to destroy the smart wall. It also might be that the fact that it does that damage look as soon as it gotten destroyed. Like maybe we can already shoot through it. It looks like there's cracks in everything here, which renders it completely useless. For those that don't know exactly what the time dome does, I'm just gonna let King George explain it here.
But also it does give you the ability to frag out yourself, which is nice. I think that the Time Dome is actually one of the best gadgets in the entire game. It's really useful anytime, really, you're in a gunfight with anybody. You could use it for yourself selfishly by just throwing it on the ground and standing in it and being able to shoot faster, you reload faster, you move faster. There's pretty much no downsides. And if the enemy ends up stepping into it, they have the reverse effects of that, which is obviously huge.
Yeah, so you can see like the enemy like was jumping like slower and then Time Dome too there. So as for the fire rate, I don't know if that part is true exactly, because it didn't look like its fire rate enhanced it to me, but maybe it did. I don't know. But the fact that the Time Dome can do 3 things for yourself, that could be a big positive for sure. Also, back on the smart wall, you can basically place the smart wall and shoot at the same time. So look at this. So Scump shots with the shotgun and places the smart wall at the same time. So there's literally like no downside while you're using an ability, it seems. Because you can still like shoot, which looks a little off to me. Oh yeah, sticky grenades can stick to both players or surfaces, so you can see it here that stick to a surface here. And it'll still do like 100 damage to the enemy that's near it. As for here, I think it's over at... yeah, 253 is where I got my timestamp at. Yeah, so we gotta do frame by frame here. It shows up for a split second here. Alright, there it is. So yeah, when weapons drop from enemies, you get to see more info on the weapons, and you can ping them to your allies. So let's say there's a weapon that dropped, but you don't need it or you don't want it. You can just ping it for your ally so they can pick it up too. My guess is that this pops up only when you're like hovering over the weapon itself, like when you're looking directly at it. For the game mode Hot Zone, we can see once one hill is taken in a round, the next hill will take 20 seconds to spawn in. At the start of the match, we can see the hill spawn timer and the power weapon spawn timers right off the start. So it looks like it takes 10 seconds for the hill to actually be available to take at the start of the game. And it takes 30 seconds for the power weapons to actually spawn into the game. This effect is pretty cool. So right when you momentum through and go between the beams, so these towers here, when you get closer, boom, confetti pops over to the player when they get in between. So that's really cool. This is a theory that a few people seem to have for Splitstream, and I'm starting to follow that same theory with them. Is that so apparently for the Splitstream guns, right? Let me go half speed here. The theory for Splitstream gun here, because there's like no mag really on the left gun here, every time this gun fires, half of the other shots alternates to this gun through like some kind of portal like technology that transfers the ammunition from the mag into this gun here. And the idea is that like this whole like light beam here is part of that portal tech there. And you can also see these things seem to alternate every time they fire too, which we can see right here. So yeah. Here we can see that Hot Zone is a 5-round game mode. So I basically got like the entire like Hot Zone game mode like figured out like what it's like. And so I'll just describe what the entire Hot Zone game mode is. Hot Zone has 5 rounds. The first team to control 2 hills in a round wins the round. The first hill spawns in after 10 seconds, and the power weapons take 30 seconds to spawn in. Hill progression is shared between both teams. When both teams are on it, the progression pauses, Progressions also pause when no team is on it. After a hill is controlled and captured, the next hill will take 20 seconds to spawn in. Each kill roughly reduces the time it takes for your teammate to respawn by 4 seconds. And overall spawn timer in the match increases by additional 1 second after every 8 seconds within the match. So the spawn timer starts out at 5 seconds, and within 2 minutes of the round, it'll max out at 20 seconds. And we can see, like, at the very start here of a match, right, that the spawn timer is, in fact, starts out at 5 seconds. As for the math of how I figure out it takes 8 seconds, so in a later clip over... Where is it? It's pretty close by. Yeah, right here. Okay. So this is so early in the game. So there's 6 seconds for the next hill. 26 seconds for the weapon. So we know this is 4 seconds, right? 5. So it was about like 5, right? So basically what we were doing here, we're basically counting based on these timers here. And we kind of just had to like use a kind of like an internal clock to try to figure it out. So this is like 4 seconds has passed, or like 5, right? Before he zooms in. If you just time it based from here, and then also look at this, it's about 8 seconds before it changes 6. Yeah, we could see here too, when a teammate gets a kill, right? The text for the spawn timer on the teammate will change to yellow. That means that it's about to change or reduce for that teammate to be able to spawn in. So you can see it goes from 6 to 1. My guess is that it is roughly 4 seconds. It's just sometimes it looks like it's reducing by 5, or and other times it'll look like it's reducing by 3, but on average it seems like it's 4 seconds it reduces the time by. So yeah, that is my overall gameplay breakdown for Splitgate 2. If you guys didn't know, I am doing a fan dub project on the Splitgate comics. I am still looking for people for that. So I'm going to be putting the link to this doc in the description below if you guys are interested in that. We only have like 4 people auditioning, like apply for the thing, and I had like 2 others outside the forum that's auditioning. So we still need quite a bit more auditions to fill out these roles. It doesn't matter if you don't have much experience. It's all for fun, right? Let's just try your best and we'll see how things go from there. And yeah, I would really appreciate if people could fill this out. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more Splitgate 2 content in the future.